Hi, I'm Lucia Regalado, Trustee Place 2, and today I'm joined by Athenia Gonzalez Rojas, a student at IB Lamar Academy, and she's going to ask a couple of questions of me for School Board Appreciation Month.
So the first question, tell me a little bit about yourself, your background, and your experience on the board.
Okay, so I am from McAllen. I was born and raised here. My parents were migrant farm workers, and I have two younger sisters. I went to Garza Elementary for all of my primary years, and then I went to Morris for a hot minute, and then I went to the Leon Middle School to finish that out, and I graduated from McAllen Memorial High School. After that, I went to college at Texas A&M University, Gig'em, and took a little bit of a break and did some background investigations, and then I went to law school, which was my ultimate goal all along. But I went to law school at South Texas College of Law in Houston, and then made my way back to McAllen, where my heart is and where I wanted to be. I have been on the school board now since May, and my experience thus far has been really exciting. It's been fun, it's a lot of work, but when I get to see students like you and get to be at graduation, it's all worth it. So far my time on the school board has been a lot of work, and we've had a lot of change in the district, but I'm so excited for what's to come.
So why did you run for school board?
So I decided first to run for school board a couple of years ago during the pandemic. At that time, I'm sure you can remember, everything was very different for everyone across the world, a lot scary. And that period of time made me be a little bit more reflective. And so as a background, I've always been really involved in my community. So when I was a student like you at Memorial, and even before that, I was always involved in different organizations. I was my class president, and I always had a lot of involvement in my community. That continued when I went to A&M, and I stayed involved there. But then once I came back to McAllen and started practicing law, my priorities kind of switched. They had to, and so I spent a lot of time building my business and my career. And so when the pandemic happened, it was a time of reflection, and I realized that I hadn't been giving back to the extent that I wanted to, and that was true to who I am. Even though I was still involved in organizations like Junior League of McAllen and Leadership McAllen and others, I wanted to give back on a more impactful and stronger level, and so I decided to run for school board. I didn't win the first time around, but when the opportunity came up again, I wanted to run again, and that's why I'm here now.
That's wonderful. What advice would you give young kids today?
I'm going to share the advice that my dad shared with me growing up. He always told me to hang out with kids that were smarter than me and better than me. He always said to take advantage of different opportunities, test out different careers. So my parents, as migrant farm workers, they didn't go to college, and so they couldn't really tell me necessarily about all of the professional careers that they hoped that I would pursue. But they said, and he always told me, find somebody. There's always people that are willing to have you follow them or shadow them for a day or two, and find out if you're even interested in that area of either law or medicine or whatever the case may be. But to take opportunities and make opportunities for yourself to experience different things, so that when you do get out and are making those decisions of what you're going to do with your life, you're better prepared to do it.
How can parents or other community members help McAllen ISD like yourself?
There are so many ways to help, and so many of our parents and community members already participate in that way. But I would say firstly, as a parent, you can get involved in your local parent-teacher organization. You can get involved with the booster clubs that your children are involved in. But there's also so much more. I mean, there's simple things like follow us on social media, like our events or like our posts, encourage our students in that way, and attend our events. Any given day, you can look on McAllen ISD and find all the great things that are going on. And more importantly, even so, I would say stay involved with what's going on in the legislature. There are so many important decisions that are happening up in Austin, and it's important that our leaders know what's important to us and don't forget about us. So I would say pay attention to what's going on and make your voices heard. So reach out to your representative, reach out to us here on the school board, and just stay involved in that way.
What is it that you want for the students of McAllen ISD?
I want you to have a positive educational experience. And to me, that means that when you walk into any one of our campuses in McAllen ISD, I want you to feel safe. I want you to feel loved and cared for. I want you to feel that you are the most important people and that you're the reason why everybody comes to work. So teachers, our janitors, our school bus drivers, y'all are the reason why we do everything that we do. So I want you to feel that you're that source of inspiration for us. When you're in our classrooms, I want you to feel inspired. I want you to feel challenged. I want you to ask the questions, be curious, and be engaged. And then when you leave McAllen ISD, when you finally get to walk across the stage and we get to celebrate that with you, I want our students to feel ready, and I want them to feel confident that they've already learned and have acquired the skills and the knowledge to take them to the next step in life. So whether that's going to college or whether that's entering the workforce or entering the military, I want you to have that confidence that your experience in McAllen ISD has prepared you for that moment and that you're going to have great things to come.
And finally, why did you ask me to interview you?
So this kind of goes back to the first question, right? Like what would you recommend to students, or what advice that I would give? And it's basically because of the way that the nature that we met. So a couple of years ago, I think you had attended the law symposium, and I want to say it was probably the inaugural one.
Yeah.
And we met there in a classroom. I was doing a presentation, and you're an example of what I hope for students to do. You reached out to me after that, and you interned with me for a summer, which was really neat. I think that you've taken those opportunities to learn and find out whether the law is something that you're interested in, and I'm hoping that other students will do that. So I don't have kids in the district right now, and when they asked me who I wanted to interview me for this, you were the first person I thought of. So thank you for doing that with me today.
Thank you.